This coming Sunday is the third Sunday of Advent. There are 4 Sundays in the Advent season, and we are already at the third. On top of that, the 4th Sunday is December 24th, the day before Monday, December 25th, the celebration of Christmas. So our Advent season is moving quickly. This passage for the Gospel for this Sunday once again involves John the Baptist. It comes from John's Gospel, chapter 1, verses 6 through 8 and 19 through 28. Let's take a listen. A man named John was sent from God. He came for testimony, to testify to the light, so that all might believe through him. He was not the light, but came to testify to the light. And this is the testimony of John. When the Jews from Jerusalem sent priests and Levites to him to ask him, "Who are you?" he admitted and did not deny it, but admitted, "I am not the Christ." So they asked him, "What are you then? Are you Elijah?" And he said, "I am not." "Are you the prophet?" He answered, "No." So they said to him, "Who are you?" so that we can give an answer to those who sent us. "What do you have to say for yourself?" He said, "I am the voice of one crying out in the desert, 'Make straight the way of the Lord,' as Isaiah the prophet said." Some Pharisees were also sent. They asked him, "Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ or Elijah or the prophet?" John answered them, "I baptize with water, but there is one among you whom you do not recognize, the one who is coming after me, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to untie." This happened in Bethany across the Jordan, where John was baptizing. John was making quite a name for himself, attracting crowds of people to the Jordan River to be baptized. The religious authorities have taken notice. We're told in the passage that the Jews from Jerusalem have sent priests and Levites to him, basically to ask the question, "Who are you?" They ask if he is the reincarnation of Elijah or another prophet. I wonder if the crowds of people were standing around John. I wonder if they were listening to this conversation. Even though they had come out to be baptized by him, they might not know his identity. John tells them, "I am the voice of one crying in the desert, 'Make straight the way of the Lord,'" quoting the prophet Isaiah. The religious authorities then want to know why he is baptizing if he's not Elijah or the Christ or the prophet. He tells them that he is baptizing with water, but that there is one greater than he that they do not recognize, that he is unworthy to untie his sandal strap. I suspect that John's response might have left them a bit confused. They would realize that John was not really the man they were seeking out, even though he did attract a great crowd. They might also have been struck by John's humility. He does not consider himself worthy to do even the most menial of jobs, like untying a sandal strap. What do we think of John's humility? If we think it was appropriate for him, do we also think that this humility, this humble attitude, is also appropriate for us? That in imitating John, we are called to be humble. John, as a central figure for us on our Advent journey, is worth our consideration. He knows who he is and the role he is playing. He goes before the Lord, but is not the Lord. He prepares the way of the Lord. Do we know who we are in relation to Jesus? Do we know that we are not God? At times we can act like we are God, all-knowing, all-wise, all-powerful. In the face of our pride, in the face of our exaggerated opinion of ourselves, we can take the lead from John and become humble in the face of one who is mightier than any of us. The invitation, the challenge, is to notice and accept the might and strength of Jesus, our Savior, and to notice and accept the humble attitude we are called to embrace. Pride and an overinflated self-perception need a strong dose of humility. John the Baptist has the remedy for us. As we continue to grow on this Advent journey, let us embrace the humility that John embodies for us. Let the gospel fill your week. For now, God bless. See you in church.